Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the J&J Show. I'm JJ, he's Jacob, but you all knew that already. Jacob, how are we doing this evening?
I'm doing fine. How are you, JJ?
I'm doing great. You want to know why I'm doing great?
I think I know. I think I really know.
Because I can finally be proud about a New York team. I've been waiting so long to say this, but god damn it, I am proud to be a New York Rangers fan.
Oh my god, bro.
Woo!
Oh my, bro. Saturday's game.
Sunday.
My bad. Yeah, Sunday. Already off to a bad start, but Sunday's game. Perfect.
That was not perfect. We almost got screwed.
I mean, not perfect, but perfect ending. Perfect ending.
Oh, very fairy tale ending. I mean, let's also take a look at some of these numbers right here. The New York Rangers, 11-2-1. 47 goals scored, 31 goals against. The highest goal differential by a mile.
Jeez.
A mile. Well, actually, no, the Penguins also a pretty high one. But still, out of the Devils, forget about the Islanders. We'll get to them in a second. But 9-0-1 in the last 10 games on a 3-game win streak. Should be 10 games, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But you want to know somebody who is perfect, or as of lately? He was kind of like, I guess you could call a plant. You gave the plant water. It took a little bit of time, but now that he has the water, he's about to engulf in a bunch of flames. And that is this man, Alexei Lafreniere. This guy has been a beast this season.
Legit, it's 2 goals on Sunday against Columbus. And
plus
the nasty backhand in the shootout.
That was beautiful.
Hey, I mean, 11 seconds. That game-tying goal was so hype.
I missed the goal. I legit went to do something, grab something to eat. I come back, I see the game, so I'm like, oh shit, I definitely missed something. And I watched the goal back. I'm like, man, that didn't even look like
here's the thing: is that Kreider has, in my opinion, the best. I don't know what you could call it, IQ, eyes, whatever you want to call it, in the league, because he just, just a little touch pass and a beauty 1-T tie game.
I wouldn't even call it a 1-T. It was a rebound.
Yeah.
Laffy just buries the rebound. I mean, that being said, that should have been the winner.
I mean, yeah, it should have been the winner, but
justice for my boy Will Cully.
Yeah, justice for him.
But somebody that hasn't been as lucky. They haven't been awful.
Yeah,
they haven't been as lucky. Are the boys across the river? The godforsaken New Jersey Devils.
The Jersey Devils.
Back-to-back 3 losses in a row. They lost 6-3 to Colorado. They lost 4-2 to Washington. And then last night they lose 6-3 to Winnipeg. I mean, I would be a little bit concerned right now if I was a Devils fan. But that being said, they are without.
Can we get that Washington game graphic back up, please?
Yeah, I got you.
So, I don't know why, but I have friends who are Islanders and Devils fans. So, obviously the Garden, if you want to go there with 5 people,
good luck.
Yeah, good luck. You're gonna have to have some money to spend. So, Islanders were home. So once again, I did go into enemy territory to the Rock for Devils Caps. And now once again, I get to the Rock, and before I start breaking down this game, I just want to say to the Devils fan I saw outside, he sees me with my Lundqvist sweatshirt on, and he goes, "Why are you wearing that?" And I'm not gonna reveal myself. I'm not gonna reveal the identity. So I just say I want to be a good goalie. I want to be a goalie when I'm older. And he goes, "If you want to be a good goalie, why are you wearing that?" And I go, "Excuse me."
He got inducted to Marty Brodeur. He probably wanted you to wear Marty
to the Hall of Fame on Friday or Sunday.
Shout out Hank, by the way. There's no graphic for it, sadly, but shout out Hank.
Shout out Hank, bro. Shout out Hank. And legit, and the guy said he's never going to make the Hall of Fame. But little did that guy know he was inducted that weekend. So if I'm the Devils fan,
next day,
do your research and shut up.
Nah, he wanted you to rock a Marty B hoodie.
I was never going to
Martin Brodeur. I love Brodeur, but
never going to do that. No. So anyway, the Devils get out to a slow start, and Vitek got pulled in the first.
I heard about that.
2 quick ones for Washington, and the Devils really didn't get back. Really, they didn't get back in this game at all. And
See, why can't I have your luck when I go to the Rock? I'm 0-3 at Prudential Center.
I mean, I did see them win at the start of the year.
I saw 2 losses to the Avs and then 1 to the Rangers.
I mean, the Devils, they were slow, but I mean, the fans were booing the refs so much. But I mean,
it's New Jersey.
Yeah, I thought it was a fair ref game in my opinion. Well, Devils fans, they're tough. They're definitely tough to be around.
They are annoying as hell, and they're pretty violent, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Before we move on to the last New York team, let's just give maybe a minute tops on this Rangers Devils Saturday. I mean, it's a huge one.
Man.
It's a huge.
And let me look back at this Winnipeg game because I watched the highlights. It just looked like the Devils were completely overmatched.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I think it would have been much closer if Vitek played, obviously, because, I mean, Schmidt was in net and stuff, but Kyle Connor put on his show. Once again, Devils were without Hughes. We'll speak about him in like a second. But, yeah, like I just said about in the game against Washington, they really never got even at all. I mean, they did tie it up at once, but after that, it was all Winnipeg.
Yeah, I mean, me and the guy that we're going to bring up earlier today, we're having a contest like who could name like the most point scorers, like that are top in the top 10. We did terrible. We needed clues within the first 2 minutes. But other than that, I mean, that was it. Kyle Connor's been unbelievable. Yeah. Now, the way that I see these 3 tri-state teams, you have the good, the Rangers, the bad, the Devils, and then you have, what is the proper way to call it? I don't know.
I mean, we could just say the mid. Bro.
The ugly. The Islanders are the ugly. Now joining us, by the way, is one of my really good friends. I met this guy back in June. He's an absolute stud. One of the only kids from Long Island I actually like. Islanders enthusiast and Matt Bear fanatic, Mr. Matt Orski. Welcome to the show, my boy.
Thank you for having me on here. And the Islanders, I don't know what's been going on. I think it's a coaching issue, in my opinion. I think the offense has just been atrocious. The defense has gotten a lot worse. And I also think Lamoriello's been a big problem. He's been trying to run back the same roster for like the past 3-4 years now. Nothing's working. I think it might be time to blow it up and start a rebuild.
I, for one, would love to see that. That'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be
great for the team, in my opinion, for sure. The team's just getting older. We have barely any young talent. And I think it's definitely just a better start for us. The Stanley Cup window closed in 2021 after the conference finals. There's no way this team's going to run it back to go that far again, unless
you also have to factor in the fact that you couldn't score a goal in a Game 7. That's what really killed you. That being said, we did the same thing.
That's true. I just want to get your thoughts on one thing quick. I had a friend go to the Washington game. What are your thoughts on the Fire Lambert chance? Do you want him gone? You think he should stay?
Oh, 100%. I 100% stand for Fire Lambert. He is awful. Like, I cannot bear to see him behind the bench anymore.
No,
something has to change.
Some of a couple of these games that are on the screen. I mean, I was watching the Bruins game a little, but the Islanders had a chance in that one. I heard
they definitely did. They tied it up. It was I think 10 minutes into the third period. It was a shorthanded one. Then 15 seconds later, they let up the power play goal, and it kind of just went to shit from there.
Now, the other game, sorry to interrupt, but the other game that's not on here is Carolina. You guys went up 3-0 and then ended up blowing it. I couldn't show that game because it showed you guys winning and it wouldn't have fit the graphic. So, yeah, that Hurricanes game was what really started it all.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I myself, I'm going to be honest, I was not expecting a good season, but I wasn't expecting us to be this bad.
Hey, you've given up 17 goals in 4 straight games. That's awful. But you want to know something that hasn't been awful this year?
What is that?
Our excellent sport of college football. Now, let me go ahead and say it. Jimbo Fisher, you're fired. It's about time. I mean,
another guy that's probably going to get he hasn't been fired yet, but Chip Kelly. See you later.
I actually like Chip Kelly. I don't know why they're going to fire him. UCLA is actually having a decent year. But, I mean, what do you expect?
Perfect fit.
I did hear something that they're going to try and fire Chip Kelly or something.
Yeah, perfect fit for the Aggies.
Yeah, I agree. Now, on to the Week 11 slate. It was definitely an interesting one, to say the least. Because you have to take a look at, let's see, you had the Miami Hurricanes almost beating Florida State. That game was pretty crazy. You had the true number one team in the country. Hold on, let me go ahead and say it first. If you know it, sing along. What's that coming down the track?
I'm not singing that.
It's a mean machine in the red and black. The Georgia Bulldogs actually prove that they are the number one team in the country.
I mean, I did see that. I mean, Georgia played amazing in that game, for sure.
But they did start off very slow. But then I remembered Ole Miss does not have a defense under any circumstances. Like, those guys can't play defense, stay alive. And then you also have to factor in the Louisville game. I mean, hell, they almost lost to UVA. That game was definitely one to keep an eye on. Ohio State did their thing. It's MSU, but I think that's the first we all expected that. Michigan ran the ball a gazillion times against Penn State. That game had me ticked off. I didn't get to watch it, sadly.
I mean, I saw a bit of that game. I want to touch on that for a bit. I saw a little bit of that game, and Penn State had chance after chance after chance, and did nothing with the football.
I wish I could have. That's fair. Listen, I wish I could have been able to watch the game, but instead, I was out at my school getting my ass handed to me by a team that hadn't won a championship since 1994.
And their team's name is also the Mids.
The Middies. We lost to the literal Middies. But
that
anyway,
was their name, the Middies.
That was
the high school name is the Middies.
Is Newburgh
no,
mid?
They're middle.
Is Newburgh mid?
No, Newburgh's not mid. Newburgh's not mid. This year, we're ass. It feels weird saying that, to be honest with you. But then you also take a look at these other games. And by the way, everyone and their mother tried to tell me that Newburgh was locale of the week. They're not. There was a lot worse that happened the last couple of days. Then you had the Utah-Washington game. Can someone please explain to me what the hell that dude was thinking on that interception
return? Oh, my God. What?
Yeah.
I mean, all I got to say after that game, give Michael Penix the Heisman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give Michael Penix the Highness.
The Highness.
I got my words mixed up with Penix and Heisman right there.
Listen, I'm your Highness. Anyway, the Oregon USC game, that was actually surprisingly entertaining.
Yeah.
USC actually almost competed. Texas TCU, Texas struggled a lot against these guys. And it's amazing. TCU goes on from being in the national championship to being 4-6 the very next year.
Oh my gosh.
But Quinn Ewers is coming back for next season for Texas. I'm very intrigued to see how that goes. Alabama stomped Kentucky. The Missouri Tigers beat the crap out of the frauds in Tennessee.
Another team that got killed was Polk State. Oh my gosh.
One of the contenders for locale of the week.
Bro, Polk State should be one. They lost by 42 points.
Texas Tech lost to Kansas. That was a pretty big deal. Florida was hanging in there against LSU, but then they crapped the bed. Arizona beat Colorado. No surprise there. Arizona's actually legit. Rutgers lost to Iowa 22-0. I can't say I'm not surprised. North Carolina barely sneaks past Duke in a game where probably Duke should have won that game.
JJ, I'm gonna say it now. We confirmed have our worst guest picker of the whole in show history.
What, Mike?
Jeez. Well, when we get to the records, I'll tell you it. But oh my God.
I for one can't wait to see his college football picks.
They were awful.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not pay attention to college football as much as.
Hey, I'm gonna just say this now. All you got to do to get a better record than our last guest was get more than 3 wins.
Jesus Christ. Alrighty, and now let's get into my favorite part of the show, arguably. because for the first time this year, I get to laugh at Ohio State. Ha, 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 ha. Shame on you.
JJ, how many losses does Notre Dame have?
Hey, at least we're still up there.
Shut up, please.
We're still up there, damn it.
Bro, you know who should be in front of Notre Dame is JMU and
JMU.
Liberty.
It's a joke. It's a joke that JMU is not getting the opportunity. It's sad.
Personally, I think Clemson should be at the top of the list.
Shut up.
Where
Don't
are
you guys
they?
don't you guys have like 5 losses, I think?
Now we're 6-4 right now, I think. Or
I can tell you,
7-4.
the only reason you guys beat Notre Dame is because Dabo's job was on the line. He was going to get fired if he lost that game.
But he got his 200th win.
He did. It was do or die that week for Dabo.
That's why Dabo Swinney will sign a 15-year extension after this year.
Have fun stuck with him for the rest of your life.
We will. We'll have a lot of fun with it.
Another team that will be stuck with the coach for the rest of their life is the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Oh, my God. James Franklin for the next 9 years will be the head coach of Penn State, a.k.a. Mr.
I
Cameron.
don't know if
Bateman.
I'm allowed to say this. I'm just going to say it anyway because we do say a lot of bad things on this show sometimes. But quote to my friend KJ McCoy, James Franklin is a penis head.
Okay, then.
Alrighty then.
Now, looking at this college football playoff ranking, there are 4 teams that intrigue me the most. Number 1 is Alabama. If Alabama wins out and beats Georgia, which is definitely possible, don't we put them all the way up to number 1?
I don't see that happening. I'm sorry.
I mean, could happen, but
Alabama is.
I feel like
better.
that'll it depends on the Ohio State Michigan game if they'll be 1.
I think that would mean that the loser of Ohio State Michigan would be out because I think they would keep Georgia up there because Georgia's got wins over Missouri. They have a win over Ole Miss. They have a win over who else did they beat?
Florida,
They have a win
if that matters.
Well, really doesn't matter. Another team that intrigues me here is Oregon and Washington, both outside the top 5, outside the top 4. It makes me, it upsets me that this wouldn't be a 12-team playoff year.
The Ohio State Michigan game, the loser of that, it's going to depend. If they want to make the playoff, it's going to depend on conference championship games for sure.
Unfortunately, there will not be a watch party. Gans is apparently too locked in, but hopefully we get him on for the Black Friday episode.
Okay.
That's if there's a Black Friday episode. Who knows? We could be taking a Thanksgiving vacation. But back to our rankings. Then we've got, Matt, I think you know what I'm about to say. Shout out our boy Shea Clark. The Missouri Tigers are in the top 10. I'm so happy for them. I love Mizzou.
It's hard to root against them.
They deserve to be at the top.
It's damn near impossible to root against them.
I really
especially
hope
me as a Drew Lock fan.
I truly believe that I hope Luther Burden comes back another year. I hope he's not a 5th-year senior. I'd be very sad if he was. Oh, he's a sophomore. Oh, boy. We are in for it now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this Ohio State-Michigan game, is the winner of that game the number 1 team in the country?
It depends on how. I mean, for me, and when I was watching the committee show yesterday, they were saying the only reason, the reason that Georgia made the jump is because of how bad or how big their win was against Ole Miss and that the huge deficit it was at the end.
That was definitely a big deal.
And the chairman even said since they went on like a 35-3 run after Ole Miss scoring their last score, then that's why they made the jump. But for me, it depends on Georgia's game, whoever they play that week. It depends on that. Which I'm pretty sure, isn't it Georgia Tech? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I believe so. So that will do it pretty much for our college. Listen, I know that we might be 19 in the country, but we beat USC, so it's a good season in my book.
How many snaps did you play?
As I predicted in my commentary, the George Shillelagh is back in South Bend. I told you guys back in July that this was going to happen. I told all of you. None of you listened to me.
You know who also didn't listen to it? The teleprompter. Couldn't read it to you.
You know who else didn't listen to me? Al Golden when I told him to put me in the game. Alrighty, so that's going to do it for our college football rankings. Now it's time we flip the script a little bit, if you will. Let me just put this beautiful graphic up. It is time for our favorite part of the show. J&J Game Day is back and better than ever. Jacob, please explain to our contestant the rules of J&J Game Day.
All right, so
College football edition.
College football edition, pretty straightforward. Just pick the games. If you win,
NFL has twists. Though.
Yeah, NFL has twists, but I'll tell you that when we get there. But your record to beat for college is let's see, Mr. Basil at 12-3. Shout out to Robbie.
Yeah, he's good.
College
he's
football, really know it all. Attaboy.
Who is the lowest? Who is the lowest?
Okay, so that was. Who do you think?
Well, we know who it is. How low is he? Is my question.
He was. I mean, I think we unfortunately did give him the least amount of games we gave anyone. But who cares? He was still never gonna win it anyway. 3-6 was his record. Buddy thought. Let's see. Who did he think was gonna win? Oh, his losses were Kansas. We all picked them. They lost. I don't know why, but he thought Boston College was gonna win.
That was a bad game.
He picked Texas State over Coastal Carolina.
Stupid pick.
We all picked Polk. They got obliterated.
They got destroyed.
I mean, Ole Miss wasn't that bad of a pick, but it was bad. And Fresno State, which we all picked, and they got killed.
I got to be honest, though. I am definitely trying to get to Army this weekend because they play Coastal. Yeah, so that's the game I'm definitely trying to get to.
My friend wants to go to that. I want to go to an Army game.
I would absolutely, but Coastal's probably going to kill them.
Yeah.
All right, first game. The Louisville Cardinals are heading into South Florida. Now, the Miami Hurricanes have been one of the most frustrating teams in college football. They go on from losing to Georgia Tech in the absolute worst way I've ever seen a team lose a game to beating Clemson. The following week. Yeah, Matt, how did you guys lose that game?
I cannot tell you.
Cristobal did everything he could to throw it away, and you still lost. I'm disappointed.
Well, that's pretty much the Clemson season just summed up into one game right there. That's all I really can say to you.
Now, the Louisville Cardinals, it does make me feel a little bit better that we lost to the number 10 team in the country. What doesn't make me feel good is their one loss was the Pitt Panthers. They should be 10-0 right now. But with that being said, I think this is going to be definitely a close game. But give me the Cardinal going into Miami. And yes, Matt, I know you absolutely love my cursor.
I fucking love that shit.
I figured. All right, what do we got?
Fire.
Thank you. What do we got?
Who you got?
Mustangs and Tigers. I know.
No, the Louisville-Miami game.
I think I'm going to have to go with Louisville, too.
What do we got, Jacob?
Yeah, I'm going Louisville, obviously.
SMU, Memphis. Now, Memphis and SMU are both very solid teams. I'm not sure why people are really valuing Memphis. I truly believe this is going to be a good game, but I got to go with the Mustangs.
Yeah,
Southern Methodist.
I agree with that one.
Good game. It'll definitely be a really good game.
As I was going to say, I really don't know jack shit about either team, but I'm going to go with the Mustangs just to roll with you guys since I think you guys know a lot more about this than I do.
Respect. Oh, baby, I'm excited for this one.
College Game Day's game of the week. I mean,
I am hyped for this one.
You know what would have made this game a lot better is
if they gave JMU a chance. If they gave them a chance.
Them a chance.
They're 10-0 for Christ's sake. Brutal.
But yeah. I mean, for me, I'm just gonna say this. I have JMU winning, but hey. Don't be surprised if we find an upset on the road because App State's pretty famous for upsets.
Yeah,
last year,
big games.
Yeah,
they went into College Station and beat Texas A&M the same weekend that Notre Dame lost to Marshall. Hard to forget that one. But no, I gotta go.
That was a great day.
It'll be a great game. But you know what else was a great day is when Ohio State got obliterated by Purdue. That was another great day.
All right. So anyway, who you guys got?
The Dukes. Good game, though. It'll come down to, like, the last drive. I think App State's going to come up a little bit short.
Yeah.
Hear me out here. I think App State comes up with the upset on the road.
See, we're not going to disagree with you, but we are going to disagree with you.
Yeah.
But we think it's going to be a really close game that could go.
I mean, that's not as bad. Sorry, Mike, if you're watching. That's not as bad of a pick as Mike would make.
As Texas State over Coastal. That was bad. All righty. Next up, Utah and Arizona. I said it before and I'll say it again. The Arizona Wildcats are the best 3-loss team in the country. I'm sticking with my guts. Give me the Arizona Wildcats. Give me U of A.
Oh, I'm taking the Utes. Pretty simple.
All right.
I'm gonna have to take the Utes too.
Damn, y'all going off the popularity pick. Oh boy, Iowa Hawkeyes are back in action.
I mean, they just shut out
Rutgers, the worst red zone offense I've ever seen.
Yeah,
you and I went to the Ohio State game. And
shout out to my dog Jordan Hancock, pick 6, baby. Beautiful.
Rutgers probably should have won that game.
All right, JJ. They were never gonna win. It was never.
Listen, they couldn't score in the red zone. They failed 3 times. They kicked nothing but field goals. But I gotta go with the Hawkeyes.
That's why Iowa's gonna win this one at home.
Call me crazy, but if Iowa actually had a lethal offense, they would be the number 1 team in the country right now.
Really?
So
yes.
I don't know what when JJ took a break before we started. I don't know what he got or what he was doing, but
because hear me out. Iowa's defense is so good. We all know that, right? Iowa's defense is incredible. The reason that they lose some of these games is due to how bad their offense is. They would, as of right now, be first place in the Big Ten. They'd probably fight for the Big Ten title, and I think they would give Michigan a run for their money. Only if they had a good offense, which they don't.
Why do I feel like Ohio State or Michigan's played Iowa already?
Neither have.
Yeah, neither have, but I feel like that, but I guess not.
Because I'm looking back at it right now. Penn State only beat Iowa because of Iowa turnovers and how atrocious their offense was. Minnesota only beat them because of how atrocious Iowa's offense was. Iowa has a good offense. This is a top 5 team, 1,000%. But I'm going with the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I'm going with them also.
I'm gonna have to agree with you guys on that too. I think the Hawkeyes gonna take that one.
Yeah. All right, next up. Oh boy.
Oh, this is the one I've been waiting for the past hour or so.
North Carolina Clemson. I mean, it's hard to go into Death Valley and win. I know that very well.
I said the exact thing to one of my friends.
So with that being said, I'm rolling with the Tigers.
I love that pick, JJ. I absolutely love that.
I mean, I already know who Matt's going with, so why not make it a clean sweep? Because it shows.
Don't get me wrong. I know North Carolina, they have Drake May. He's probably going to go top 5. He could possibly go first overall. But if you're in Death Valley, there's a chance you're not making it out alive in that place.
Ben Boulware taught me a lot of things about Death Valley. Did that not ring a bell to you, Matt? 2014 Notre Dame Clemson. We came up 2 yards short of pulling off an incredible comeback.
Yep.
Because of Ben Boulware's stupid ass. That was bad. Alrighty, next up, UNLV and Air Force. Air Force was up here, but they've officially been knocked back down to reality. And one of my favorite sayings of all time, I say this with teams like Oklahoma. When it rains, it pours. Give me UNLV in an upset.
I mean, Air Force won last week. Did they even play last week?
They're on a 2-game losing streak.
Oh, so they did lose last week. Wow. I don't even know who they lost to, but I was gonna pick them. But yes, 2-game losing streak. That's not gonna fare well.
I'm losing faith in the academy.
Yeah, I'm facing whatever you just said. Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. But yeah, I'm gonna go UNLV in Colorado.
This is another thing where I don't really know too much about either team.
Let me give you some tips. Air Force started off 8-0. Now they've lost 2 straight, including a loss to our boys, the Army Black Knights. Our hometown team. Well, my hometown team, at least. Oh, speaking of Matt, who do you support, Army or Navy?
I've had a bunch of family members in the Navy, so I'm gonna have to go with the Navy.
And we gotta find a new guest. Great. Shaking
All
my
right,
head.
so yeah, UNLV or Air Force?
Give me UNLV.
Alrighty. This one is one of my favorite rivalry games of all time. The Sunflower Showdown, K-State and Kansas. Now, it's in Lawrence this year, but that being said, I think K-State has definitely looked good lately, and Kansas is low-key falling off. So give me the Wildcats to go into Lawrence and pick up the big win.
Let's see who.
Honestly, I see the Jayhawks bouncing back and taking that.
It wouldn't surprise me at all, but
I was gonna say
they've been playing spoiler a lot this year.
Yeah, they beat Oklahoma at home. They're good at home. I'm gonna go with Kansas.
Alrighty. Fair pick.
Hmm.
Washington State and Oregon State. Oh man, am I excited for this game. I said it before and I'll say it again. Washington's downfall is coming sooner than later. As soon as they run into a defense, they are finished. Oregon State has an incredible defense. The way that they play lately, hell, the most points that they've given up all season, if I'm not mistaken, was 38 and their only loss. Since that, actually, no, I stand corrected. It was 40, but that's because Cal's offense is the USC, just a little bit of a worse version. They've had some bad losses, don't get me wrong. But their defense, when they need to step up, they have. They got a much better point differential than the Huskies. So give me the Beavers big upset win.
Really?
In Cornwallis, Oregon. Give me the Beavers.
I think it could definitely be kind of close, but I still think Washington State and Penix are going to take that one out.
Penix is too good, in my opinion.
Yo, the locale of the century, the Indiana Hoosiers for letting this man transfer.
I mean, you can't blame them. He had like 3 torn ACLs.
You should have let him ride another year. This is what they could have had. Alrighty, next up, we got Texas and Iowa State. There are more games, by the way, because I'm not ending off of this crap. I found more games on the ESPN slate that I want to talk about, so that's what we're going to do. All right, Texas at Iowa State. I'm obviously picking Texas. I mean, come on.
I mean,
it should be a clean sweep.
Yeah. Alrighty, now for the other games that I just found, we have. Oh, this should be a fun one. Rutgers at Penn State.
I mean, after watching Rutgers.
I mean, even though Penn State didn't look too good last week, I still think they can take Rutgers. 6 places.
Yeah, me too. Give me the Nittany Lions. All right, next game on tap, we have. Why didn't they talk about this one? Georgia, Tennessee is the next game in Neyland Stadium in Knoxville.
Good. All right.
Rock it top.
I do not like either team. That is Hitler and Stalin right there for me.
Hey, man, don't mention that.
I'm sorry. I just had to say something like that. I had to compare it to something.
You could have said Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin.
I don't know if
then Kim Jong-un.
I don't know which one was going to get us demonetized.
That one's going to get us demonetized for sure. Well, it only took us 17 episodes.
Hey, I mean, we already had a warning.
Yeah, I'm editing this one. Anywho, Georgia, Tennessee, who you got?
Hey, when number one teams go to Rocky Top, they don't escape, baby. They don't escape. Vols, baby. Vols.
Really?
Yeah.
Bulldogs by 40. Next game.
I know Georgia's going to win, but give me the Vols.
Give me the
only
Bulldogs.
For one reason and one reason only. And JJ knows why.
Jalen Hyatt.
No, definitely not. No. How many times did bro get used? I can count them on my fingers.
Hendon Hooker.
How many snaps did he play? I can count them on my fingers.
Alabama. Would they beat Alabama?
No, the only reason I'm picking them is so a certain team can be number one.
You won't be number one. Who's that coming down the track? It's the Mean Machine in the red and black. Ain't nothing finer in the land than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan. Go Dogs. Go Dogs. Go Dogs. I'm not barking because that's
I was gonna say don't.
That's so dumb. I'm not barking. Get out of here.
Yeah, you would look pretty stupid doing that.
I might as well call my dog in here to bark for me. Anyway. Next game on tap. Why is this game not being mentioned? UCLA at USC.
It would be cool and funny to see an upset from UCLA, but I think USC is going to bounce back finally.
Is this what's his name final home game?
Caleb Williams, yeah. Before he becomes a Chicago Bear.
I just want to say this. I didn't know that, or I probably did. I just forgot about it, but I was watching some.
This happens all the time. You get used to it. But nah, Caleb Williams to the Giants. Imagine.
No,
After giving Daniel Jones the bag.
Imagine having a guy that lasts 75 seconds.
All right. That was uncalled for. That was unnecessary.
That was my get back for your Georgia Tennessee reference.
Oh yeah. All right. So anyway, what I was gonna say is, I didn't know Caleb transferred from Oklahoma.
You didn't?
Yeah, him and Lincoln Riley.
They both went. They said.
Yeah, I
they
know. I
probably
did, but I didn't remember it.
The simplest thing I can say is they pulled a Stan Kroenke, said, F you, Oklahoma, I'm going out west. And they went to USC and got a bag.
Oh, wait. Did you guys see that? I don't know if you saw the video, if any of you saw the video, but this Oklahoma fan in the tunnel when
called
USC was
Caleb Williams and Lincoln Riley traders. Yep, I've seen it.
Yeah, okay, so you have seen it. Okay.
I've seen
I have not seen it.
I've seen everything anti-USC.
Oh, of course you have.
The University of USC stands for University of Spoiled Children.
Don't say it.
I said spoiled children.
Okay, but don't say your other definition, please.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. But give me the Bruins in an upset. Big road win for Dante Moore.
I'm sorry, but who saw that one coming?
In Chip Kelly's final game, they go out with a win.
Of course, JJ's picking the Bruins to win that.
Oh yeah, I'm a USC hater.
It's not that ridiculous. The line's only 6.5.
I mean, it's not that ridiculous to say.
Not that ridiculous, but for you, it is ridiculous.
Come on, man. That's a low blow.
All right, moving on.
Oh wait, no. Ohio State does have a game.
Yes, they do.
I'm not going to talk about it because they're going to destroy them. What's the line for that? What's the line for that game?
Pretty sure it's either 20. I think it's 27.
27.5. Yeah. And the other game that I want to talk about, it's the final game on here.
Notre Dame versus Wake Forest.
Nah, we're gonna stomp them. Anywho, the other game that I actually want to talk about because I think that this game could definitely get interesting is the game that everybody wants to see. The game that originally I thought was going to be a much closer game. I don't see this anymore. I think Michigan's going to roll Maryland.
Oh, Michigan, Maryland?
I think Michigan's going to roll them.
Yeah, I think Michigan's going to roll them, but I mean, don't just give out on Maryland. They can show potential.
Okay, now you sound like an Ohio State fan that was scored for how bad that first half was against Maryland.
Bro, Tua's brother's good, all right?
Xavier says Kansas State is beating Kansas. I told you Kansas State, bro.
Wow, really?
Don't be coming at me, bro. I said Kansas State. All right, that does it for our college football picks. We have other things to get to. Starting off with our NFL recap. This week was oh wait, that's not it. Crap. Okay, so now my computer wants to act dumb. All right, here we go. So this NFL week was very. What the fuck is my computer doing?
Oh, I'm putting the picks in the wrong folder. Oh my gosh.
All right. Anywho, All right. Now, NFL games. The Panthers and Bears, that game was kind of a schnoz.
Well, yeah, no one expected that game to be entertaining at all.
Bro, that game was so good. I loved that game was so. Just kidding. Hey, I just want to say, Bryce Young, throw it to Thielen more, please.
Then Colts Patriots decided to say, hold my beer. I'm the worst game of the week.
The Patriots are god awful.
What a disgrace to the Deutschland. What a disgrace to the Deutschland. The Germans. Anyway.
The fact that game was even in Germany, it was like the NFL was like, all right, we got to have an entertaining game and a game that nobody's going to watch.
Yeah, that's true. Browns Ravens, man. I mean, I got to give the Browns some credit.
Talk about entertainment. That was entertaining.
But here's the thing. I'm going to say my favorite line again. The Browns won, but at what cost? Because Deshaun's out for the year. So, I mean, they have to start either PJ Walker or DTR.
They're starting that one guy, Finney Thompson or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Dorian.
No. They actually chose DTR, which I found very surprising.
I find it that surprising, honestly, because he had a very.
What I don't understand is why do you have PJ Walker if you're not going to use him?
They used him against the 49ers.
They used him for 3 games this year.
That's the one thing that I really don't understand. Like, seriously, what is the point of having a guy like, PJ Walker that's actually winning you football games and you don't even bother using him? That's where I have a problem.
PJ's definitely one of the better, backups in the league, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was. I think PJ Walker is definitely one of the more underappreciated players. You know who else is underappreciated? CJ. Well, I'll get to them in a minute. But how incredible it is that the Pittsburgh Steelers could be so bad on offense, but miraculously keep winning these games.
I wish my team was like that. Which I think you could take a guess who that is.
We'll get to them, and we will get to them in a minute.
I'm sure we will.
Niners, Jaguars.
Here's the thing. The Packers Jordan Love, they just need to pick it up. That's all the Packers need to do.
They do. The Niners, Jaguars, I think we all expected that. The Niners are an absolute wagon, and it makes me sick watching Chase Young in that jersey because he should be a Ram. The Vikings, Saints, the Pastronaut, Joshua Dobbs. I love him. I love Josh Dobbs.
You can't hate him. There's no way you could hate him.
Unless you're a Steelers fan that wishes you still had him.
Yeah, sure. All right. Anyway, another guy you can't hate is the next QB.
Shut the fuck up. The other guy that I was going to mention that I think is underappreciated, CJ Stroud.
People have been appreciating his game lately, especially the past 2 games.
Yeah. The other thing that I got to mention is the fact that CJ Stroud is single-handedly carrying the Texans on his back. There he is.
It's unbelievable what he could do.
I mean, him and Tank Dell are almost the best, top 5 duo.
Yeah, who saw that coming?
Tank Dell
I don't know what DeMeco Ryans is doing in Houston, but it's clearly working, so keep doing it. Definitely keep doing it.
Next game, who we got?
Next game, we got the Titans and Buccaneers.
Boring.
All saw that coming.
Very underrated. That's all I got to say.
Into our late window games. This one will be talked about in another context. The Lions and Chargers. I mean, this game went back and forth completely, but the Chargers were frustrating me.
Yeah.
So are the Lions. The Lions won, so that's the second game I want to talk about. Why do the Cardinals actually want to win games? I don't get it.
I mean, Kyler's back.
It's because Kyler wants to win.
You have one win on the season, a golden opportunity at that number 1 overall pick, and you blew it.
Don't they still have? Oh no, it's the Bears now.
Yeah, amazing how the Panthers fucked up that bad. Commanders, and then there was the Commanders Seahawks game that was intriguing.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
Seahawks.
Now, for all those that are wondering, I'm sure if you guys follow my TikTok at JJSX24, there's a very popular video that came out recently. In fact, it is my most recent one, where I sent all the New York sports teams to therapy. You want to know which team was the angriest out of all of them? The New York Football Giants. Jesus Christ.
I think it should be the other New York team, but I could
We'll
definitely
get to them in a second. Don't rush me. I'm in the middle of my spiel. Now, let's all flash back a little bit. The Giants last season.
Move on.
Hold on, no, because I'm gonna pull this up now.
Bro, I don't even want to talk about them anymore. This team gives me depression every Sunday.
You know how I feel as a Mets fan now every single year. Get used to it, my friend. Deal with it. But anywho. Oh, Knicks just won 116 to 114. That's what we love to see.
Who'd they beat again?
Hawks, I guess. I don't know.
All right, that's good.
I didn't watch it. But when I look back at November 15th, I looked at my memories this morning, and I came across a picture that I found very intriguing. It just so happened to be, because everybody knows that I do a very good set of power rankings on my Snapchat, on my private story. Every single week, I do a whole new thing of power rankings. 1 year ago today, the New York Football Giants and the Jets were in the top 10.
Which is unbelievable to think about now.
The Giants. Jesus criminy. Sell the team. And now I'm hearing a rumor that Daniel Jones is going to be the quarterback in 2024.
You didn't think that?
I mean, I just read about it earlier today.
But I'm going to say
GPA tweeted and everything.
Getting outscored 89 to 17 by one goddamn team is inexcusable. All right, the Giants fan, you officially can leave therapy. Jets, get in here. We need to talk about this.
Here we go.
Another terrible loss. And now, after the loss of the Raiders, Garrett Wilson's calling an all-players meeting. What are your thoughts about that one, Maddie? Because I got to get your opinion on
It's
that.
embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It's always embarrassing to be a Jets fan, but it just gets more and more embarrassing every single year.
This one's definitely up there.
This is the best example, you know. You went from a Super Bowl contender, getting a Hall of Fame quarterback in the offseason. The whole fan base is excited. They're all hyped up. Your team's hyped up. All of a sudden, he goes down not even 2 minutes in. And just like that, you have MILF Hunter, Zach Wilson behind the center. And he's been a little better, but he's still not playing to what you would expect from a number 2 pick on how you would want him to play.
Yeah, I can't really say that I'm too surprised by it. But, I mean, at the end of the day,
I don't think he's the main problem in the. As of right now, I think
you don't consider Zach's the main problem. You don't think Zach's the main problem? You think
no,
it's Saleh?
I don't. Not even Saleh. I think it's Nathaniel Hackett in the O-line.
Well, the O-line's the reason why you lost your franchise quarterback 75 seconds into the season.
Well, yeah, that's exactly why. The O-line is just awful. Mekhi Becton, for example, you know, he's like 400 pounds. He can barely move. If he makes one wrong step, he's going to be out for 2 years. Elijah Vera Tucker tore his Achilles, just like our franchise quarterback. He's done for the year.
Also, now well, I mean, that's not what I've been hearing. Everyone's saying he's going to come back like next week or something like that by December.
It's definitely possible, and I definitely hope so, but I think if the Jets lose this game in Buffalo, let alone the next game in against Miami,
expect a lot of Stephon Diggs because he's mad at Josh.
Very mad at Josh.
But I do think
we'll get to the Bills in a second.
If we lose to those two teams next, I think the season's over, and I think Aaron should just sit the rest of the year and get ready for next season.
Oh, yeah.
There's no point in getting back if your team's that far out of the playoff contention.
Matt, I got to ask you this. How often would you say you go to Jet games?
What'd you say?
How often how many times a year do you go to Jet games?
I've never been to one in my life.
Jesus
I've
Christ.
never been to MetLife once.
That's changing next year because the Rams are playing the Jets, and you're coming with me.
I would love to come. I would definitely make an appearance there.
Yeah, and you're going to watch Matthew Stafford throw all over your pathetic excuse of the defense. But anyway.
Whoa. Hey, if you're talking about the Jets defense like that,
Hey, didn't we say this matchup was next year? So how about we talk about that next year?
Good point. I'm just excited because Rams-Giants tickets are still goddamn cheap, but I'm still waiting for them to drop just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Like, I'm tempted to buy seats that are like $30 and just walk 30 rows down because no one's going to be at the game. Besides Rams fans, of course.
If the Giants win, bro, that's going to be crazy.
I will shoot myself if we lose that game. In the leg, obviously. No Plaxico Burress. Anyway, it is now time for our favorite segment of the... I've met Plaxico. He's a great guy. Now, as everyone knows, there's been a lot of jokes in the sports world, but there's only one crowning achievement for them. And it is time to dub our LOL Cow of the Week. I'm never doing that again. All right. We have 4 contestants for a LOL Cow of the Week, and no, Newberg is not one of them, so suck it, all of you. These are our contenders for LOL Cow of the Week. At first, we had the Arlington Admirals special teams. Going into their game against the Carmel Rams, they were 10-0. This is New York State high school football, by the way. I went to this game, and I saw it happen in front of my own eyes. The 10-0 Arlington Admirals, who beat this team, Carmel, by 40 in the regular season, lost off of 3 kick return touchdowns. 3. That's how they lost. They were the front runner. The second contender was the Oklahoma State Cowboys, as already mentioned. The third contender was Arthur Smith, just Arthur Smith in general. I don't know how that made still a job. Now, fourth, we had this one confused a few people, is the Toronto Replay Review Center. Jacob, please explain why they're on this list.
I understand why.
I know you understand.
If we can bring it up, if we can, I don't know if you can, but if you can, it speaks for itself. Toronto Replay Review, NHL, if you don't know, it's the NHL replay. Yeah, all review calls go to Toronto, a.k.a. the city of jokes.
Who tried to screw the Rangers on Sunday night.
I mean, so Will Cooley throws a shot on Elvis, and puck's loose, so, they start jabbing it, and next thing you know, when the camera shows where the puck is, it's in the net. But of course, Toronto doesn't agree with it, and the ref said after the shot, they meant to blow the whistle, but they clearly didn't. So how can you meant to blow the whistle, but you don't?
And then they had another chance to make it all right with a crazy illegal hit by Sean Cleary on Ryan Lindgren. Originally, it was going to be a 5-minute. We were wondering if it was going to be a game misconduct. It's a 2-minute minor. Plus, there's another penalty that should have made a 5-on-3 for 5 minutes. Then Columbus gets a power play off for something that probably shouldn't even have been a penalty. So, yeah, Toronto is definitely up there. But one thing, and it was the very next day, made me say, you know what? F this polling. I chose LOL Cow of the Week, and everybody knows exactly where I'm going. Mm-hmm. Before we do that, I think we need to circle the wagons a little bit. What the hell? Why is this so here? Anywho, we need to circle the wagons a little bit and go up to a little area upstate from where we are right now, here in New York / New Jersey, wherever the fuck you guys are. Wherever you watch this crap. You then go on and you watch a Monday Night Football game. It's 21-20. The Broncos are making a sudden change. They got Buffalo. They pretty much gave them so much time. Denver had so much time to kick the field goal. They miss the field goal. Little do we know, there is laundry on the field. A 12-man penalty on the Bills meant a successful sudden change by the Broncos. After that, let's have another try. The kick was up. Good. They had just lost to a team that they should have fucking crushed.
What
The
do we say,
Buffalo
Jason?
Bills are this week's little cow of the week, and it is not even close.
Oh my God, it's shaped just like the cow.
I should have just put the Bills logo.
It basically is a cow.
It's a buffalo.
Low Bill of the week.
They're in the same category.
The
Low
low
Buffalo.
Bill of the week is Buffalo Bills.
The
The
low
low
Buffalo.
bill of the week.
The low Buffalo of the week.
I think
Yeah,
the low
they-
bill sounds better.
Low Bill. I like Low Bill.
Absolutely pathetic.
Awful.
Not only that,
And-
we got to talk about Josh Allen. Let's get on that. We haven't even spoken a word about it.
God, he is just.
I've been saying it for the past 2 years now. He is very overrated.
I know someone that thinks he's the third best QB in the league.
I don't even think he's top 5. I'd rather have CJ Stroud than Josh Allen.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of bit on some of the words that I said because I absolutely love and adore Josh Allen, so it kind of hurts me seeing him play like this. But I mean, shit, you can't be doing this bad against teams like the Broncos. Not to mention, Ken Dorsey gets fired the very next day, so
I don't think it's Dorsey's fault at all.
I'll take my belt right here and I'm gonna slam it down a few times in honor of the go Ken Dorsey. But honestly, I think it goes worse than that. I think that the real problem with Buffalo is McDermott.
You're right.
I mean, you could also say that, but I feel like the reason they lost could be Allen with the interceptions. Also, James Cook fumbled on the first play. That kicked it off.
That can't happen.
No, they look like they're playing like they're drunk. It's like they went to the bar.
I mean, here's the thing: is that the Bills had 2 primetime games against 2 teams they should have crushed: the Broncos and the Giants, and they somehow managed to or lose the game by a single score.
And it's because they got lucky against the Giants, and the football gods are like, we're going to get you back in the worst way possible. We're going to expose you for the fraud you are. And that is exactly what had happened. Yeah, Buffalo Bills are our easy choice for local week. Moving right along accordingly, let's bring up that sweet J&J show graphic for our favorite show, J&J Game Day. Now, let me be very clear right now. J&J Game Day for the NFL is
Different.
a lot harder than college football. It is much more difficult. It's going to take a lot more skill than college does. Jacob, if you wouldn't mind, please explain the rules of J&J Game Day NFL Edition.
NFL Edition J&J Game Day. Your record, I'm not going to say that yet. Last week's contestant, a.k.a. Mike, and who's also probably, he definitely has the worst record. Actually, he is the first contestant for college J&J Game Day NFL Edition to have a losing record. With a record of 4-11.
How do you manage to only get 4 right? You either don't know what you're talking about.
Can we please hear what his picks were again?
All right, so just letting you know, this contestant is a Packers fan.
Mm-hmm.
On the side, and his main course is a Packer, is cheese, and his side is a Commander. So he's a Packers and Commanders fan. I don't know how it mixes, but it does to him.
Yeah.
So the L's for this week were the Panthers, the Bengals, the Saints, the Packers. Oh, and by the way, JJ, he told me to change his lock. He thought that was gonna work, but that didn't work.
What do you want his lock to be?
He told me to change it from the Bills to the Packers, and then after the Packers lost, he tells me change it to the Saints, and they lost. So he ended up going 0 for 3 on locks. So yeah, the Saints was a loss, the Packers was a loss, Titans, Jags, Ravens. He did get his upset right though, which were the Cardinals. The Chargers.
Wow, that takes some skill to get the Cardinals right.
That's incredible.
That should be
Chargers-
+2. Not gonna lie, give him +2.
Yeah, it is
for that.
+2. It is +2. So the Chargers were wrong. Washington, Jets, and Bills were wrong. So there you go. That's how you get the 11 losses. Oh, and if you care about the wins were the Colts, Cardinals for 2, and Dallas. Because why not pick Dallas?
Alrighty, so tell them what the record to beat is, because so far no one's even come close to
The record
beating
to beat is 14-3 by JT from Cloud Media, and the way this works is just like college, you pick the games and you obviously want to pick the winners, but you get one lock, one upset, kind of a let's see, maybe shout out to the Fox crew. They do a lock and upset every week, so we're gonna.
Well, I mean, technically, I got this from last year, sophomore year. My period 5 lunch table. We'd have these picks. We'd have locks, upsets. We'd even do spreads if we really felt like it.
Yeah.
So I've kind of carried that on.
Yeah. So if you get your lock or upset right, it's +1. And
you miss your lock and upset, it's -1.
Is it? I mean, we've never done that, but all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how I do it in my school. So if you want to start doing it like that for the second half of the NFL season, if you will, to really spice it up a little bit. Oh, I'm also adding another rule, by the way. And this can be done. This is all done off of luck. If you're the only person to pick one team, that is a unicorn pick. You hit your unicorn, it's +1.
Mm-hmm. I'm
so kind of like a unicorn home run.
So confused.
Don't worry about it. You don't have to do unicorns. Just an idea. Okay.
Right,
Thursday night football.
And we also want to give every week. I try to say this, but shout out to Danny Earp. He's the only guy to we would say throw everything in. So he put everything.
Doubled down. He doubled down on his Steelers.
He doubled his lock and upset on the Steelers. So yeah. So
got a whopping +3 off of that pick.
All right, here we go.
All right, first game: Cincinnati and Baltimore.
This is a good one for sure. Good one to start the week off, especially after last week's fiasco of
fiasco.
I don't even know I called it a fiasco because that was boring. But the thing is the Ravens need a bounce back. They need this win. If the Ravens lose,
both are very must win for both teams.
Yeah, that's true. Both of them. But I've heard this a lot from a friend who's a Steelers fan. If the Ravens lose, you're looking at the Yinzers at the top of the division. So
Jesus Christ,
who thought that would happen? So Ravens, Bengals. I got the Ravens in a bounce back.
I think this game is definitely going to be very enticing. I think, though, that the Cincinnati Bengals are much better as a primetime team versus, a daytime team. With that being said, who day? Give me the Bengals.
I think it'll be a very close game. It might be in contention for a game of the year, but I'm going to have to go with the Ravens at home.
That's fair. They're very good at home. All right,
I could definitely be wrong on that. I could 100% be wrong.
So taking a look at the spreads for this one, you've got the Bengals are 3.5-point underdogs. All right, next up, the Steelers and the Browns, baby. I don't have it on me.
Another huge game.
I don't got it on me, but I'd be waving my terrible towel right now. Give me the Steelers over the Browns.
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
I'm gonna have to agree with that too, especially after losing to Deshaun Watson. And even though the Steelers are probably going to win like 14-10 or something, they'll find a way to pull it out.
Taking a look at the percentages, 60% definitely picked the Browns when Watson was still the quarterback.
True.
Well, it looks like I found my lock of the week.
Well, I think we all could have a lock on that. Detroit.
Well, here's the catch: you cannot lock the same game.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm just saying, if we all had to agree on one, I think that could be one for sure.
Clean
all right,
sweep.
so JJ claimed the Lions as his log.
No, well, technically, the way I write them down is I write them down the Jared Goffs.
All right, well, Jared Goff. All right, good for you.
The Goffs. All right, Chargers and the Packers. The battle of two absolutely horrendously mid teams.
But I'm gonna have to go with the team with a very good quarterback and a very good receiver, which is the Chargers.
If the Chargers lose this game, their
Their
season's
season's
over. So I'm going with the Bolts. But
AJ's favorite LA team.
shut up. But don't be surprised if the Packers win.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be surprised if they win. I'm gonna be honest.
I
with you.
wouldn't be.
Oh well, I'm gonna say now. I claim this next game as my lock of the week.
Oh, gee. Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. The Raiders are getting hot.
Yeah, but I don't know if
Antonio Pierce has definitely changed things around there.
Yeah,
Antonio Pierce, New York Giants legend.
All right, JJ. Anyway, so
No, he was. He was
I mean,
a stud.
I
He's a Super
know
Bowl
that's
champion.
true. But for his first ever game, I mean, a shout out to him. Obviously, they got 30 points. But who did they play? They played. I'm not even gonna say the name of the team at this point.
Then they beat the Jets the following week. Sorry, man.
Only reason, in my opinion, the Jets lost is because Tyler Conklin thought he was Odell Beckham.
Not
That
even
was
that.
bad.
It was the Zach Wilson pick with like 2 minutes left.
Was it that bad? Was it that bad?
CJ Uzama taking bullshit ass penalties.
That too. All right. So looking at this game regulation, the Chargers and the Dolphins. I'm thinking simple. 12.5 is a bit of a stretch. I'm going Dolphins. Raiders cover.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I think the Dolphins are gonna take it.
Yeah, that's easy. All right. All right. Well, someone.
Will the Giants get a season sweep over the Commanders?
No way. With Tommy DeVito behind that O-line, with Andrew Thomas up, there's no way.
Give me the Commanders to cover -9.5.
All right. Now, this is where my lock week would come in.
I knew it.
Dallas and Panthers. There's no explanation
Fine.
for that.
Okay, I was writing it down for the Giants game, but I guess not.
Jacob, just take the Commanders as your lock of the week.
All right, baby. Upset of the week in Atlanta. I'm kidding, bro. No shit. I'll be honest with the Giants do own the Commanders in franchise-wise, but not this year. Or not in the second game.
Definitely not in the second game, ever. All right, next up, the Cowboys and the Panthers. Give me them boys by a massacre.
All
Yo,
right.
funny. All right, so I'm reading this off right now. I'm looking at the spreads for this week. The Carolina Panthers are 7-point less underdogs than the Giants were last week with the Cowboys. Cowboys last week were 17.5-point favorites. This week they're 10.5-point favorites. Playing a worse team. Put the gun down. You have 2 Super Bowls. There's a guy here who's never even seen his team make a Super Bowl.
Let alone make the playoffs.
Let alone make the playoffs since like the year.
I've seen my team win the playoffs.
I was 3 years old when they made the playoffs the last time.
I was 14 years old when we won the Super Bowl, or 15 years old when we won the Super Bowl.
Well, lucky you.
Lucky for you. We all know that. Damn, what excuse can I make? Just kidding.
Listen, at least we don't have to watch our Super Bowls on a VHS tape. Am I right?
Yeah, I haven't even bothered to watch mine on a VHS tape.
You have to watch yours on like a 2-inch TV or something like that. I don't know.
All right, so anyway,
yours is in black. All right, how about this? Yours is in black and white. Yours isn't even in color TV.
I think Joe Namath put a curse on the franchise. I think him getting he sold his soul for that.
Although, let's be real. Any Jets fan would want that fur coat. Hell, I want that fur coat.
I mean, definitely right now, since we haven't won anything in 50 years and haven't made the playoffs in 13 years. I would do anything for a Jets suit, let alone a Jets playoff win. I just want to see one Jets playoff win. That's all I want to see.
Yeah, you'll get one eventually.
It's fun to see your team win a playoff game, not going to lie, even when it's on the road.
Oh, it's awesome on the road. What are you kidding me? Alrighty, next up. Alrighty, next up. Titans and Jags. The Jags own the Titans. The Jags own the AFC South.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I think the Jags are taking that.
Alright. I'm about to expose myself. At the start of the season, I had this as one of the Cardinals' 2 wins.
But now with CJ Stroud,
Yeah,
but now it's not going to be one of the 3 ones on there.
Give me the Houston Texans.
Though I do think Kyler can make it interesting, I still think the Texans are taking it.
Alrighty, Tampa Bay, San Francisco.
I think the pick here. Easily the Niners.
I hope the Bucks win, but it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I understand how you feel.
I'm sad, man. It's not fair.
It's right, JJ.
It's not fair.
It is fair.
Relax.
No, it's not.
NFC Championship again.
Oh God, here we go. Here we go, Matt. The spotlight is yours.
You know, both teams are very cold right now. Both very disappointing. They are in Buffalo, though. But the Jets have played very solid against the Bills the past 2 years. And Zach Wilson has been very good against the Bills in his career, unironically. But if the Bills win, that means the Jets season is practically over. But if I really had to choose one, I'm still picking my New York Jets to win.
Is this an upset of the week? Or
upset of the week? Is that your upset of the week?
I think that is my upset of the week.
Alrighty. I want to pick the Jets, but I gotta go Buffalo, dude. I don't know.
I mean, the fact.
I'm sorry, Matt. I love you, but I think I gotta go with the Bills.
No, I understand it. I mean, I felt like picking the Bills, but I just feel like it's like something tells me that the Jets are gonna win. But
Jets sweeping Buffalo. Where?
JJ, just so you know, the Islanders just scored and they're winning.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pierre Engvall just scored.
Wait, they got the first goal?
Yeah.
Well, we know how this game's gonna end. Islanders lose 5-1 to the Vancouver Canucks. But they got the first goal though.
Hey, yeah, it was.
It might have been.
Oh, hold on. I know we're talking about football right now, but Matt, you're getting put on the spot. Earlier today, you and I were talking about predictions for the Isles Canucks game, and you told me you didn't know what holiday was.
I actually like. I mean, now that after you told me, I knew what it was, but
good. You should know because I think we can all agree the Vancouver Canucks should absolutely bring back holiday.
Oh, the song.
Yeah, absolutely. I love "Don't You Forget About Me" from the Breakfast Club, but holiday was undefeated.
But
all right, moving onwards.
Hey, don't worry.
Oh,
don't worry. That's gonna be Matt Bear's next Islanders something.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. The Rams are back after a much-needed bye week. We're playing against a She-Hawk team that we haven't lost to at home with a starting quarterback in, I think, almost a decade, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I like our chances in this game. I think that's definitely going to be an entertaining game. And the fact that we're only 1-point underdogs gives me a sliver of hope.
All right. Well, before you say your Rams pick, I'm claiming this as my upset.
What?
Yeah. Why not?
Hell yeah! Let's go.
I'm
What about you, Matt?
I think the Seahawks are the most overrated team in the league. I think Geno's a fraud. Give me the Rams.
Well, I did this week 1. I'm doing it again. When it comes to the Rams, I'm the fade god. I'm taking the Seahawks, but the Rams are going to win.
All right, well, I root you as a Rams pick, but I guess not.
I'm the fade king.
Oh my gosh, the Islanders are on another power play this game.
What's going to happen?
Surely we don't waste one like we always do, except for the most recent.
Vikings, Broncos.
Mid versus.
Oh, man.
Give me the astronaut here. Give me the astronaut.
Yeah.
I know the Broncos came off of two back-to-back insane upsets, but all good things got to come to an end at some point.
True.
All right. I got to go with the Vikings, but I think this will be a
Islanders
definite
scored again, by the way.
Oh, Palmieri just scored. Or no, Nelson
No,
scored.
yeah, it was Nelson.
Owen Heffron just scored, ladies and gentlemen.
Who did?
I always compare Owen Heffron to Brock.
Why do you compare Hef to Nelson?
Hey, look it up. They look similar.
I'll
A lot
see
of
what
people
you're
see it.
talking
A lot of
about.
people see it.
But anyway, all right. Now the real court we're going to be talking about next is how did the Islanders fuck this up?
All right, I thought we were talking about football here, not.
You're the one who's bringing it up.
Hey,
Alright.
both Islanders. Just saying it. Both Islanders goals have deflected off Canuck sticks.
Come on, boys. All righty, guys.
Well, it looks like we were both wrong for. Well, actually, no. I said Vancouver would win 5-2, so I could still see this. But you said 7-1 or 7-0 or something.
I changed
JJ, what were you
Crazy shit like that.
Nah, I changed it to 4-3.
Sure, you did.
What,
Now
like
I'm
5
changing
seconds
to
ago?
Yeah,
Correct.
5 seconds ago.
I say whatever I want.
All right.
I do whatever. All right.
Money
Can we all agree here? This graphic right here sucks. I think we could step this up a little bit. There we go. Because
That's
it's
a lot
our
better.
game of the week.
And
the
in my
graphic
opinion,
loads.
welcome to the Swift Bowl.
Kelsey versus
Shake it
Kelsey.
off. Shake it off.
No,
boy.
I mean, all right. So you can call it the Kelsey versus Kelsey game, or you can call it the Swift Bowl because even though Taylor Swift is not playing in the NFL game, the Eagles still have DeAndre Swift, so it's still Swift versus Swift, if you want to say that.
I do
Swift
think Kelsey's
versus
winning
Swift.
though.
Kelsey's definitely going to win. All right. All seriousness, this was the easy choice for game of the week. So
100%.
I
Super
think
Bowl
this-
rematch.
in Kansas City. Oh man, this is gonna be an excellent game. I think it's gonna prove a test to see if the Philadelphia Eagles are really legit because there's a lot of questioning about that team, whether or not they can hang
Wonder who
with big
that one
dogs
team
or not.
beat them this year.
I wonder who it was.
Totally not my favorite team. That
Jacob, do you know who it was?
What's the question?
Only team to beat the Eagles.
This year was the.
Jay!
I'm not saying anything, JJ. I'm not doing that. Oh, God. I'm not doing the champ. Nope, not doing
That was not toward you, Matt. That was at you. Jay!
E-T-S
Jets. Shout out Dan, shout out Baylor, shout out all you
Jet
scumbag
the
Jet
fuck
fans. Jet up. Big Jet energy. Jet Life Stadium, if you will.
Jet Life, 100%.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention Broncos. You're not safe. The ride never ends. You're not safe. You're not safe. I'll never live that one down. All right.
All right,
What
anyways,
else
back
did
to what we were saying. This could
Yeah.
go
This
either
is
way.
This is an easy
Anything
pick
could
for
happen,
me.
but I think the Chiefs are taking this game in Arrowhead,
Yeah, I was going to say this.
and I think they're going to win on a Harrison Butker field goal.
I think that this game is going to be one of the most low-scoring games of the season.
Sure, I'm fine with that. More
Final score, and I want you to put this down as my upset of the week, 21-17 Philadelphia.
Not surprised you're picking.
I got the Birds. I think the Birds are solidified themselves. With this win, they'll solidify themselves as the number one team in the league. However, if Kansas City wins, that means that Philadelphia cannot be a good team besides, obviously. Well, actually, that doesn't make sense. Or does it, though? I don't know. It's a lot of different narratives that can be mentioned due to this game. So, with that being said, that is pretty much going to do it for our NFL picks. I would just like to thank my boy Matty Orski for coming on. You're an absolute stud. Thank you for doing this, man.
Oh, 100%. No problem. You
And
always,
yeah, Sorokin's about to give up 3 straight.
That is correct.
that's
Go,
nice.
Go Canucks, go. If you guys win, I want to hear a loud Matt Bear style Islanders win. If you guys beat the Canucks.
No, just leave that up to him. I'm not doing that.
Has he met Matt Bear yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
I have.
Yeah,
I have.
So have I.
I'll tell you what, though. I've definitely met the much better Matt. June 17th, man. I am never going to forget that.
The Met game?
Can we talk about what I did for you at that Met game before we sign off?
Oh, is this the Orioles game you were talking about?
No.
That's Cardinals.
Back on June 17th, me, Matt, and our buddy Joe all met up at that game. But I did something for Matt that I never thought I was ever going to do.
So, yeah, I was walking. We're like, what's like that one place called where it's like end center field, like the back of that? Like
Shea Bridge.
Yeah, we're like over there. I see him. We're talking stuff. And I wanted to get something to eat. And then I didn't have my credit card on me, or I didn't have like.
Bro, I had absolutely no cash on me. No cash on him.
And I'm like, shit, like I don't have anything. Like might have to go somewhere else. And this guy, JJ, right here, he says, just stay here. I'll get you what you want. And he buys it for me.
I bought him a Palafrita steak sandwich. Cost me $50 on 2 sandwiches.
Jeez.
$25, but it's so worth it.
It was definitely worth it. Although the bread did feel like a little weird.
Bread was definitely a little bit crunchier than I expected.
Yeah, it's like you're chewing on like cardboard or something. Oh. But the sandwich is great.
It is. By far the best.
You know what? Matt needs to get to that Mets game we're going to in the summer this year. Definitely, for sure.
Me and him are definitely going to a Mets game this year. We're trying to get to a Rangers Islanders game, but tickets are very hard to find.
JJ, hear me out. Stadium Series.
You're talking to him. I'm not going to that. You're talking to him. I'm not involved. I can't go to that.
I've already got tickets, right?
He's already got tickets. They spent $600 on the tickets.
Hey, shout out to the Texas Rangers.
Big shout out to Texas Rangers. Yeah, my boy Jacob DeGrom a ring.
Yeah, shout out to DeGrom getting his first ring. Congrats to him. Max Scherzer, I can't say the same about.
I was going to say,
go fuck yourself, Max Scherzer.
All I got to say is thanks for Luis on Acuna and fuck you for the wild card game from 2022.
Yeah, that's hard to forgive. But yeah, like I said, Matt, thanks for hopping on. Have yourself a good night, and let's go Canucks, baby.
Yeah, go Canucks.
Yeah, I've heard enough. Alrighty, that's gonna do it.
I hope the Canucks scored as soon as you took them off. I was gonna there's the Canucks goal.
Alrighty, that's gonna do it for another episode of the J&J Show. We clocked at over 1:20 or an hour 20. It was definitely a fun show. Thanks to our boy Matt for hopping on. Jacob, you got anything to say before we sign off for the night?
No, just know that Saturday, boys need to come out firing. They need to come out striking, and we need to fucking win.
I'll tell you this.
Go Rangers.
There was going to be a watch party. Unfortunately, my ass is going to Florida next week. So I'm either going.
Unfortunately, JJ's trip puts almost maybe arguably the biggest show in so far for the J&J Show. The Michigan
second
Ohio
biggest show because Ohio State Notre Dame will be undefeated.
Oh,
that true. Show will never be topped. Period.
That'll always be known as the first ever time we ever got a restriction.
Game of the year.
Shout out to the Dropkick Murphys for that.
Legends, absolute legends. But so we might be doing an episode next week. The best case scenario, we do an episode on Black Friday.
Yeah,
that's the best case scenario. And I'll tell you this: if we don't, then I will most likely be doing a Michigan Ohio State watch party, or I'll say F all of you. I'm watching this game by myself and my dad, and having wings, and having pizza, doing all that type of shit. And my team's not even involved.
Also, Gans, we also know you're not locked in on any Michigan games. You're locked in on the Insta group chat. That's the only thing.
Yeah, the Insta group chat the entire time. Now, Jacob, we talked about it in the past, but if Michigan does lose, Should Gibbs wear the Brutus outfit?
Hey, you know, if there's a mascot thing going on, I don't got to do anything because, you know, there's no mascot for Michigan.
Not true. We will force you to paint your face.
I'm not
yellow.
painting my face. I'm not the Philly sports guy.
Fine.
Okay.
You wear a full Michigan fit and a Wolverine head.
No, all right. You know what? Fine, JJ. I'll pick something.
Oh, God.
This is about to get screenshotted like 15 times, too. But this thing is dusty. Holy shit. I just made a mess.
Nice. That's nice. Why do you have that?
My grandpa got it for my dad as a joke for his birthday one year.
Oh, shit. We're still in the air.
What?
Well, that's going to do it for another episode
yeah,
of JJ.
I know that. I know we're still on the air.
I'm JJ. He's Jacob. We're signing off. Have a good night. Let's go Rangers. And, yeah, stay safe out there. We want to wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving. Good night, everybody.
Go Canucks. Go Canucks, baby.
Go Canucks, go.